Fashion Fam! Today, we're taking you behind the scenes of one of the most legendary fashion moments in history, Giorgio Armani's One Night Only Roma fashion show. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one. This isn't just any fashion show, it's a tribute to everything Armani represents: Italian elegance, timeless design, and a celebration of heritage. So grab your popcorn, because we're diving into the collection that set the stage for Armani's evolution, all while embracing the rich culture of Rome. Let's watch it together till the end, and then we'll discuss, by the end of the video, you'll know whether Giorgio Armani's One Night Only Roma fashion show perfectly captured the essence of Italian luxury, or if it was pushing the boundaries of fashion in ways we didn't expect. Stick with us to find out. Let me set the scene for you. It's June 5th, 2013, and we're at the Palazzo della Civiltà Italiana, one of Rome's most iconic buildings. Giorgio Armani's Night Only Roma was not just a fashion show, it was a statement. Held to celebrate the opening of Armani's flagship store on Via Condotti, the show brought together a star-studded guest list and a series of collections that defined the luxury fashion world. Models strutted down the runway in designs that blended both the sharp sophistication Armani is known for and a fresh, modern twist. This was a night that proved how timeless Armani's designs are, while still staying relevant and ahead of the curve. The collections on display that evening included Armani Prive, his haute couture line, as well as ready-to-wear pieces from both Giorgio Armani and Emporio Armani. The standout moment? The high-end couture collection, which was inspired by the classic Harlequin pattern. Imagine bold, diamond-shaped designs, lush textures, and colors that pop, all crafted with precision and elegance. Armani's designs are always about balance, traditional tailoring mixed with modern innovation, and that's exactly what we saw here. Plus, alongside the fashion show, the Eccentrico exhibition was unveiled, giving us an intimate look at over 300 iconic pieces from Armani's past collections, worn by some of the biggest names in the industry like Lady Gaga. It was a full-on sensory experience. What I loved about this collection is how it carried so much cultural significance. The choice of location, the grandeur of the venue, and the way the collection spoke to Armani's Italian roots all made this show more than just a runway event. It was a celebration of the timeless craftsmanship that Armani has always stood for. From the men's sharply tailored suits to the women's elegant gowns, everything was crafted to perfection. The women's line, in particular, showcased a lot of soft, flowing silhouettes and bold, structured pieces, each garment reflecting Armani's deep connection to both past and present. But the real highlight was Armani Prive. The haute couture pieces were like works of art, intricate, delicate, and deeply personal. The show gave us a glimpse into the future of fashion while staying true to the brand's roots in craftsmanship and sophistication. So, what did you think about Giorgio Armani's One Night Only Roma? Did he successfully mix classic Italian heritage with modern trends? Or did he push fashion into an entirely new direction? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this breakdown. Also, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss an update on the latest fashion events. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky for more exclusive content. You can find all our social media links in the About section of the channel. Thanks for watching, Fashion Fam. Stay stylish, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Thank you.